Answers from lady like her at CBC. If I was going to call in a question, it would be how do I become an expert so that CBC would invite me to also answer people's questions, for example. And then I'm pretty sure that they would misinterpret that question, these experts or CBC journalists, is they would assume that I mean that I have to learn things that I don't already know. And the question is more related to how can I get CBC to invite me or anybody else, and or even to partake in discussions at universities with these scientists where we all take turns, and then suddenly people get to know this guy knows what he's talking about. He knows how to interconnect everything. But again, I'm impressed with their answers. They're very good. But the thing is they don't go deep down in the paradigm. For example, they're talking about strategies to use, which would accelerate the climate emergency. As ways to. People are asking that a lot, and people aren't saying, well, AI is not going to make us less of an energy addicted proto society. Plus, hey Sam, answer this. I'll send this to you. What if an AI develops, like really advanced artificial intelligence? Like I'm about to watch that Steven Spielberg movie, AI again. And what if we put in all of our questions? What should we do? Like one guy was asking about if we can, get AI to predict where the fire's going to be. Well, no offense, but we can already predict if we kind of open our eyes. And we can already predict it's going to be most places. And if people want to protect their homes, make your homes mobile, easily mobile. That means they'll have to be much smaller, which people don't want to give up, okay? But if we ask an AI intelligence, they're going to say, work on yourselves, fix what's wrong with yourselves. There's no other technology or how to use the one that exists already that's going to solve your issues, including us AI. The answer is, we're going to give it to you, is you should have worked on yourself. You should have listened to people like Dr. Humanix, who was telling you this is the common denominator right here. And that's the way it is. So why get to that point and then the AI would predict like I do, and you're not going to apply that. You're not going to look at yourselves in the mirror. Instead of mining and trying to have more babies to invent miracle technologies that you will use again to accelerate the Anthropocene. So coming back to this question, yes, I would not be invited. Now, here's one thing, okay? There's a lady in the building, and I just told her, it breaks my heart to hear your story and how it's progressed since she lost her keys or somebody took her keys. We might never know. But what is scary is that I've lived here for a long time and I've done nothing but show competency and ethics. And yet what prevents them is what's wrong up there from asking my help. Because if they did ask my help, there's so many ways I could have helped her and even turned that situation of her life into a win, a new open door. Like ways that a life skills coach can think, let's turn this negative into a positive in this way, based on what your values are, your priorities are, your long-term goals are. Now what's his name? Tom Barker didn't print, even when I told him in front of an entire audience, I sent him an article about driving safety here, Prince Rupert, as one article to put my foot in the door. And he didn't print it. It means the local neighbors here don't see me in the paper. So they don't see me as a professional that can be asked many types of questions. So how do you explain this? Again, it all interconnected to what's wrong with your abilities to think up here, and how when I hear people complain, what they're doing is they're taking on the victim personality, which they often create for themselves more than the outside world does. They pass it on to others, they accept it, and then they kind of even blame the guy that could help them as one of the person that is not like them, and therefore must be somebody that is off and making the world all horrible for them. While it's the other way around, I'm the helper that has to just sit by and watch it get worse because of them,